Please sit down. Thank you. Good morning. Dr. Ahmed Joglaf, Assistant Secretary General and Executive Secretary of the UN Convention on Biological Diversity, Secretary Roman Paje, Undersecretary Antonio Rodriguez, Executive Director Rodrigo Fuentes of the ASEAN Center for Biodiversity, Excellencies of the Diplomatic Corps, representatives from the various international organizations, NGOs, business and youth sectors, fellow workers in government, honored guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Biodiversity is much more than what we think it means. The United Nations defines it as the web of life and the foundation of human living, meaning it is more than the coral reefs we protect so we can have fish for dinner. It is more than the forests we nurture so we can produce clothing and shelter, among other things. Biodiversity means the air we breathe, the ebb and flow of the oceans, the mountains and the valleys that evoke from us inspiration, awe, and an awareness of our own smallness in the face of the world. Biodiversity is the delicate thread connecting every organism that lives and thrives on this planet. It is everything that we call home. Suffice it to say, the launching of the United Nations Decade on Biodiversity and International Year of Forests in Southeast Asia is a historic occasion, and we are honored to host it. We thank the United Nations Convention for Biological Diversity and Executive Secretary, Dr. Ahmed Joglaf, for the honor of having the Philippines as its launching site. We are fully aware of the need to sustainably maintain the balance of our biodiversity. At least 40% of the world's economy and 80% of the needs of the poor depend on biological resources. And it is our role as occupants of this world to make certain that we are able to completely and sustainably utilize the resources we have at hand. Although occupying only 3% of the Earth's total surface, the ASEAN region is the habitat of more than 18% of all known plant, animal, and marine species, making us one of the world's wealthiest biological havens. The Philippines alone is a highly diverse country. We are ranked 5th for having the most number of plant species in the world, around 7,500 of which are endemic to our country. Not to mention the many rare species of fishes, birds, and corals. All these resources makes the Philippines and the ASEAN region crucial components to the global sustainability and stability of the environment. This is one of our main competitive advantages as a region. Unfortunately, there are those who still see the environment as nothing more than a means to make an easy and quick profit without regard for the long-term consequences. Last week, it came to my attention that a coral reef complex almost twice the size of Manila was decimated by environmental plunderers, all for a quick profit. They took more than 21,000 pieces of sea fan black corals and indiscriminately murdered 161 endangered turtles from 8-year-olds to 4-year-olds to stuff and sell. Not to mention taking 196 kilograms of sea black corals as well. Sadly, this single act of environmental pillage is only symptomatic of a larger problem. Our region is on the brink of losing a significant number of endangered species due to multiple cases of deforestation, wildlife hunting, climate change, pollution, and population growth. If it was not clear before, then it is as clear as day now. We need to act. We need to act now. Our administration has already begun a number of programs to preserve vulnerable species and habitats. Earlier this month, during the 18th ASEAN Summit in Indonesia, I also personally urged our neighbors to continue supporting the operations of the ASEAN Center for Biodiversity, which aims to facilitate cooperation among the ASEAN member states and concerned organizations. Aside from hosting the ASEAN Center for Biodiversity, we have also committed to incorporating biodiversity in the national development process. Our administration will continue pursuing biodiversity conservation efforts in the region, such as the Coral Triangle Initiative, the Greater Mekong Program, the Heart of Borneo Initiative, and the ASEAN Heritage Parks. Just last week, our Department of Environment and Natural Resources launched a project to expand the terrestrial protected areas in the country, beginning with 9 key biodiversity areas. I also just recently launched the National Greening Program, which aims to plant 1.5 billion trees in 1.5 million hectares of land across the country from 2011 to 2016. This program complements an earlier directive I issued, Executive Order Number 23, which calls for a total logging ban in our natural and residual forests and establishes an anti-illegal logging task force to enforce the campaign. This aims ultimately to end exploitative and long-entrenched practices that have severely damaged our ecology, only for the benefit of a powerful few. It is important for us to continue down this path of preserving the biodiversity. Therefore, in support of the United Nations, I declare 2011 to 2020 as the National Decade of Biodiversity in the Philippines. Some of you may have noticed the towering tree rooted just outside this palace. This balete tree, which is more than 100 years old, has been a mute witness to Philippine history. And now, as a fitting symbol of our commitment to the United Nations Decade on Biodiversity, I hereby proclaim the balete tree located in front of this hallowed hall as our heritage tree. In making it a heritage tree, it will constantly remind us of our obligations, both as citizens of this country and as stewards of this planet. I know that we have made several initiatives to curb these threats to our biodiversity, and I know how hard many of us have worked for this cause. It gets tiring, especially when it would be much easier to surrender under the difficulties of protecting what many people pay little attention to, and what some people want to destroy for temporary gain. Many of us are dissatisfied with the way things are going. I myself am itching to see the fruits of our efforts. But if there is one thing I've learned from facing the many challenges that confront the President, it is that, especially during difficult times, we must put our foot down and hark back to why we are doing what we are doing in the first place. Why we choose to act outside of our comfort zones when we can easily sit back and watch the world, along with its cycle of problems, spin by. The answer is simple. We want to change the way things are. We want to make life better, not only for Filipinos, but ultimately for the citizens of the world. Not only for those who are here now, but more importantly, for those who will come tomorrow. This is not the first time a group of strong-willed people tried to change the world. This has happened before, and though some may have faltered, many have succeeded. And this is what ties us all together: the collective will to persevere in the face of the seemingly impossible. This is the root from which the enduring tree of humanity has grown. So in this spirit, together, let us celebrate the National Decade of Biodiversity from 2011 to 2020 and the International Year of Forests, and let us constantly work towards everything it promises. Thank you and good day.